Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to one of our videocasts and podcasts by univrm.com. Today is one of our current event news articles titled Politics and Religion. At univrm.com, we create original content with humor and satire on current event news, opinion articles, economy articles, science current events, and our science fiction book series titled Change Hope. Politics and religion, never a good mix, but the degree to which religious and political beliefs by adherents to a particular religion they believe must be imposed upon others, or justifying any words or deeds endanger the world, claiming God or any particular belief system associated with a political action, not a new historical event, but what is affecting current event news is the degree to which such justifications lead to state-sponsored murder, torture, and denial of human rights. The majority of Western press, full of sanctimonious justifications for actions taken by Christian politicians against those who disagree with them. This includes, but not limited to, statements God personally endorsed them or supports their actions to harm or impose their will upon others. Sir Edward Coke, the English judge, ruled in the early 1600s that King James of England, subject to the laws of Parliament, and further laws of Parliament, controlled by the King, to be void if in violation of common right and reason. King James did not agree, believing in the divine right of kings, and through force removed Sir Edward from the bench. King James then had the Bible rewritten in order to justify its position, and today the King James Bible, the widest circulated copy of the Bible in the world. Sir Edward Coke also ruled as the chief judge, the house of everyone is as his castle, extending the liberties of great lords, and an inviolate refuge where one was free to the lowest English commoners. Coke pioneered the use of habeas corpus to prevent arbitrary imprisonment. When Chancellor of England, Thomas Egerton, said, Rex est lex loquens, the king is the law speaking, and agreed that the monarch could suspend any particular law for reason of stake, Coke decreed, instead, that the law bound the king. Coke imprisoned without charge for his view of liberty, in a continuing eerie parallel to the ongoing use of force in politics and religion through sanctimonious justifications. In 1636, Roger Williams, the founder of the state of Rhode Island, and as a youth apprenticed to Sir Edward Coke, after fleeing Great Britain, started the first Baptist church in America. He was a devout Puritan minister who, like other Massachusetts Puritans, fled religious persecution in England. Upon his arrival in 1631, he was considered so godly that Boston Puritans asked him to lead their church. He declined because he considered their church insufficiently pure. When founding the state of Rhode Island, the church-state conflict began by Puritans envisioned a Christian nation. Williams rejected that vision for another, freedom. He insisted the state refrain from intervening in the relationship between humans and God, stating that even people advocating the most paganish, Jewish, Turkish, or anti-Christian consciences and worships allowed to pray or not freely, and that forced worship stinks in God's nostrils. Politics and religion have grown even more potentially destructive with humankind's ability to use force in implementing their rationalization of political and or religious views against those who do not agree with their particular belief system. Radical Muslims destroying the Twin Towers in New York City justified by their interpretation of God. Christians using video game-style drones to attack Muslims, adjudged enemies throughout the world. Radical Jews demanding all others must follow their tenets due to their interpretation of God's will as the chosen people of God. The problem today, unfortunately, not much different than the time of King James. States use any and all means in a combination of politics and religion to justify terrorism, mass murder, suspension of human rights, and as with King James, Rex est lex loquens, the king is the law speaking. Ayatollahs, presidents, prime ministers, popes, rabbis, and politicians of every ilk, equally sanctimonious and hypocritical fountains of bullshit as their historical predecessors. Welcome to the new dark age of politics and religion. This article is copyright 2012, univrm.com, trademarked, all rights reserved. In an advertisement, please remember univrm.com offering our science fiction book series, Change Hope, released as a series on a chapter and book-by-book basis like the old Amazing Stories magazine. Change Hope available in all ebook formats and as an audiobook. You can purchase by going to www.univrm.com/downloads/. You can listen to this article via podcast at the iTunes Store by subscribing to univrm.com. You can also listen or subscribe to our articles via videocast or podcast on YouTube on the UNIVRM channel. This has been a videocast and podcast by univrm.com, and we look forward to bringing you more articles in future.